the bubble collapse, there's a jet that goes through the center of the bubble. This is the jet. Yeah. And this is a side view. We can see the jet inside the bubble when the bubble collapsed to the biofilm on top. It also shows the cleaning of biofilm. So I have only 2 slides left. This one is a conclusion of the HIFU. It's quite complex bubble structure. It's not very well studied. And the use of HIFU is getting more prominent in research, primarily because of its promising use as a non-invasive means for disinfection, for treatment. Okay, I shall not dwell on it. The last one. Okay, these are the new current research for shockwave bubble and HIFU. Shockwave is still a lot of effort is put into how to design the transducer better, to reduce collateral damage, to be more effective. There are lots of argument about how many cycles they need to use, what is the power every year. It's still the same argument. And then for HIFU, it's actually more exciting. They have new treatment used. They tried, one is the very effective one, is they put HIFU on the head to treat essential tremor, the people with the shaking hands. And some, if they focus it on certain area of the brain, it sort of burn the cells there, and they reduce the trauma without surgery. Another one is sonal thrombolysis. When you have blood clot, if you focus it correctly, you can remove the blood clot. Of course, non-invasive detection of tumor, this is a recent one. They try to see the reflection of the sound wave, analyze the image, and see if the elasticity of your tissue has changed, to see if the tumor development non-invasively without biopsy. And of course, you have a lot of these things on ultrasound contrast agent bubble, the one I talked about, microbubbles. They are used for drug delivery, pressure measurement. And today I just saw a news about using ultrasound for Alzheimer treatment. So I think it's very similar to the tremor treatment. They burn part of your brain to reduce Alzheimer. Actually, it's when you have Alzheimer, there's a toxin that seems to be clotting your neuron cells. And they use the ultrasound to disintegrate the toxin particles. It works very well in mice currently. So promising, but we don't know. Okay, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Yes, there's one question for you.
So, when you say the bubbles can actually help destroying all those not good stuff, what about the good things around?
Yeah, that's the collateral damage.
So how bad is it compared to
Yeah, so in the little tube treatment, you can see at least in pigs, they cut the pigs up after they give them the shot. You can see the kidney are quite bruised and bloody, quite bad. The bubble don't differentiate between good and bad guys, they just collapse. So yeah, so there are lots of research to go into focusing. So because the bubbles are good for imaging as well, so you can use MRI or at the same time, or just ultrasound imaging at the same time when you do the focusing, so you can see where you're focusing to. So that helps, especially for trauma treatment, the brain stuff. It's just difficult to operate, and it's often, if you do operation, often you have more, side effects they call it, than this kind of collateral damage. It probably will heal over time.
So you showed some analysis of the of cavitation near a biomaterial,
yeah.
Right? So what was the difference in your model for the fat versus the bones? There
are just 2 parameters. We have the density difference and the elasticity. Yeah, so it provides a different what do you call it, impedance, if you will. So if you have rigid surface, is absolute infinite impedance, so the bubble will jet towards it. And if you have a free surface, you have no impedance, and that the bubble will jet away from it. And the biomaterial is always somewhere in between.
So this wasn't like a fluid structure interaction, so you weren't calculating?
It's actually a more fluid. The model is the elastic fluid.
I see.
Yeah.
The interface doesn't move, it.
It's just actually just the interface.
Interface can fixed.
It's a very simplified model.
Okay.
last one.
Thank you. Very nice work. I just curious, if a bubble say is a millimeter size, and there's a nano scale into bubbles, the phenomena, the impact with chocolate will be similar, or it will be different because of the size of the bubble?
Okay. Down to 1 micron is still the same. Sub-micron, actually not. I think even in just a point something micron bubble, like 100 nanometer, is probably still the same. We don't know when you get down to a few nanometer, because so far nobody has ever imaged a few nanometer bubble in a bulk water. Yeah, and the only nano bubble that I've imaged is sitting on the surface like a pancake. So they are not very relevant to probably the real situation. And we don't really know how they interact with chocolate.
Okay. Why I ask this question is, we all know for the CFD simulation, we try to, simulate more than 100 bubbles. Yeah, and if for the millimeter size bubbles, they are behave similar
To the micron size.
then this kind of simulation will definitely help for
Yeah,
to
for the
understand.
it's on the micron size. Yeah. So far so good. So for in the lab experiment using micron size bubble, when we send shockwave, we see the same thing. And the simulations still match. But nano size, since nobody has seen them, so we don't really know. And we don't even know if they exist, so that is a good question.
It also counts underwater exposure simulation.
Meters, tens of them.
Centimeters big, and it's still the same physics as for transit.
Yeah, so it's quite across the board. Just that we're not so sure about nano. Yeah.
So maybe the difference, the Mach number of the different size.
Quite a big range, right? Even for Mach number. Like we have from
The smaller it gets, the faster it collapses, but
yeah.
the speed is always the same.
even the speed of the jet is not
So
given.
that really is very interesting about the simulation.
Yeah, the scale.
So if you want to blow up a ship, the jet is 100 meters per second.
I don't want to blow up the ship.
Kidney stone is also 100 meters per second.
That's
It's
right.
Independent of the size of the.
Pretty much.
Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, thank you. I think Siwan and Randy, very interesting two sides of the information. That's a very narrow. The other one is a
Yeah,
form.
both are very special.
Yeah, is that a keyboard? Can you put the keyboard on top?
Just like that.
It fits perfectly. So you developed app or? Oh, I was quite interested. I joined an Android developer group before.
Oh, really?
While I was in
I quite enjoy it. Oh, no, I like that one.
you know, Silicon Valley, lots of this stuff. And there are lots of people who do it for fun. And they get perks like got to attend these meetings, then they get free headphones. Yes. Yeah, sure. That is a
That's a good time.
Yeah.